I'm very important. How you calling me a snack? You know I'm 7 courses. This is for the girls getting money. This is for the girls who love themselves. This is for all the girls that's IND, EPE, and DNT. This is for all the girls that be living stress free. This is for all the girls on a mission like me. This is for the girls.
Hello lovelies, and welcome back to another episode of Zhebeauty channel, where I am your hostess Janae. It's good to see you again. I hope you've been doing well. If you're new here, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you're returning, hey boo, welcome back. You already know what to do. Go grab your makeup brushes, grab your blankets, and grab your snacks. Follow along or just jump right in. So going in with my Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder, I am going to be using this as my transition shade today, just to apply onto my eyes, give myself a nice, clean, smooth base. And I'm just going to make sure that it's all packed on and nice and smooth. Then I'm going to go in with my pink palette and choose the shade Brunch and Left You on Red, because yes, sweetie, we do leave them on red while we go to brunch. And I'm just going to be applying them 2 colors. Now, one thing that I learned about applying this eyeshadow, and it's very, very cute technique, is when you want to blend it out, all you need to do really is choose a lighter shade. So if you want a very pigmented, eyeshadow base, all you have to do is use your first darkest color or your lightest color, whatever you have, and then use a shade that's very lighter and then pack that on as well. And then you can go, if you're not using any more transition colors, then you can go in with a nice the lightest shade in the palette or anything like that, beige or whatever color that you're using in this lightest shade, and then blend it out. I will show you in another video in more depth. But until then, be looking out for it. Also, I am going to be going in with this Dolly shade in the palette, and I am going to be using a very detailed blending brush, and I'm going to be applying that on the edges of the Left Him on Red shade that I used, and just make sure I'm blending out those harsh edges. Now, on the chit chat of what we're going to be talking about today is just self-love. I want to have a conversation on just expressing self-love, dealing with self-love. I don't really want to go into the mundane of explaining what self-love is, because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's literally in the name. Love yourself, like self-love, love yourself, okay? So it's very important, I feel, to love yourself on so many levels. There's so many things you can do and so many ways you can show up for yourself to love yourself a little bit better, to get you through harsh times, especially if you're going through harsh times. Those are the best times to dig deep and really love yourself the most. Now, I hope you have been doing your skincare. I hope you have been doing your body hygiene. And I really, really hope that you have been drinking your water and eating healthy and minding your business, because that's the first most important thing. Mind what your mind can biz, okay? That's the main thing. So on another note, I already started doing my half cut creases. I'm not doing a whole cut crease. I just want to do a very simple half cut crease. I'm not going to go all the way. And I am going to be using my Morphe concealer brush to create the cut crease. Of course, all of the products will be in the description box down below. Of course, if you want to know any products that I'm using, they will be in the description box down below. Now, these eyeshadow palettes that I did get while I'm off topic, going right into this brunch shade again, I am going to be applying that to the outer corners of my cut crease. I'm all over the place a little bit. I feel like I'm a little scattered. Just bear with me. The palettes that I really did get, y'all, I got them from Marshalls and Burleson's. Like, go to Marshalls, go to Burleson's, get them palettes. They were only like $2 to $8. This pink palette was $2, and this shade that I'm going in with. So the shade that I did go in with was Retail Therapy out of that palette, and I'm going to be applying that on top of that brunch shade that I used previously. And as you can see, the palettes are very, very, very pigmented. Like, I didn't have to spend a lot of money. I'm a baddie on a budget, you feel me? So being a baddie on a budget, I find quality over quantity. Going in with the shade Slay, baby, because that's what we do from day in to day out, is Slay, okay? And I'm just going to be applying that glitter shade to the inner corner of my eye. Now, that glitter shade was very, very glittery, but overall the palette is very pigmented and it's a very, very good palette. Now, I already did my liner and my jewels off camera, so I am going in with my Revlon mascara, and I'm just going to be applying that to my eyelashes. This is not sponsored, but tie-dye, if you want to sponsor me, let's work something out. I'm down for it, okay? And I just went ahead and put in my contacts, and then I'm going to be going in with my coconut makeup remover wipes. By the way, these wipes are so good for sensitive skin. And I am going to be removing any type of fallout that I have from my eyeshadow underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to go in with my NYX Professional Shine Killer. When I tell you this primer does it for me, especially with the e.l.f. grip, it gives me the most beautiful base. And I think that Shine Killer is it's like the texture of it is like velvet silk. And then I am going in with my e.l.f. poreless primer as well, and just applying that to my T-zone. Yes, and then I'm going in with my L'Oreal and my Maybelline shades. That, of course, everything again will be listed in the description box down below. So check that out as well. Now, I know y'all can be a little stingy, you know what I mean? And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I get it. I get it. But if you made it this far into my video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below so other people can see my video and see the content, and they can do the same thing. Let's grow together. But you already know I'm a small channel with big dreams, so big shit popping and little shit stopping, so let's make it do what it do. Plus, I would really, really, really appreciate it because it does help me out a lot, and I really am grateful. Thank you. Plus, it's well deserved because I put a lot of work into my craft. But anyways, going in with the e.l.f. Hydro Concealer, I am going to be using this to contour my areas of my face, such as my nose, my hollow points of my cheekbones, and my forehead. Sometimes I go ahead and put a little bit on my chin as well. Now, there's a lot of different ways to show up for yourself and give yourself thanks and give yourself love and just pour back into yourself. Now, some of the things are like retail therapy. And my take on retail therapy is simply self-explanatory: shopping to make yourself feel better. The baddies on a budget, such as myself, that's not an option for me because I have things to do. So I can't necessarily do that, but the girlies that are capable of doing, you know, the retail therapy, and that is financially there, go right ahead. You know what I'm saying? That's a form of self-love, showing up for yourself, making yourself feel good. Priorities first, of course. The second thing would be, you know, music, listening to different music that make you feel better, that make you feel seen and heard for your own beneficial reasons. That way you can commend yourself on a lot of different things. So music is another way of, you know, showing up for yourself and just loving yourself a little bit more, especially if you're listening to a lot of positive music and that helps you become more happy. Then do that by all means. Another way of self-love is showing up for yourself is journaling. I know a lot of people might not like journaling, or it might not help them in a way, but for me, journaling has been a big thing for me. I have like tons of freaking journals in there where I have just really like to vent, especially if you don't feel like you can confide in anyone, such as myself. I don't really have like trustworthy people that I can just really confide in. So journaling has always been a great way for me to show up for myself and just give myself my thanks and my flowers, and really just let some things go that bothered me. So I really like journaling as well. Also, so another way you can show up for yourself is self-care. maintenance, getting your hair done, going to pick up new lashes, getting your nails done, getting your toes done, going to get a bikini wax, going to get wax in general, you know what I'm saying? Fixing up your eyebrows, just making yourself look more presentable to where you don't have to necessarily look how you feel. Like, that's another way of showing up for yourself, like, and making yourself a little bit more happy. Because I know for one thing for certain and two things for sure, when I get my hair done, I feel good as hell. I feel great. I feel awesome. Even when I just simply do my hair or do, like a hair mask or grease my scalp or anything like that, I really, really, really feel better. Like, really, what I really want right now is some braids, because I'm getting tired of doing my hair low key. But so 99.9% of the time my hair is either in ponytails or it's literally in an afro and it's just all over my head. So that's one of my go-tos right there. Self-care, anything with self-care, just taking care of myself. That is one of my immediate go-tos besides journaling. But yeah, massages, working out, eating healthy. If you like to figure out good snacks for you to eat, healthy snacks or just snacks in general, if that makes you feel better about showing up for yourself, those are all different ways to show up for yourself. Speaking from my experience, and what I've experienced from things in my past and just learning how to love myself on a different level, is just letting a lot of the things go. If I have no control over it, let it go. Like, you don't have to have control over everything. Like, control is not a necessity for life living. Like, it's not. Like, let that shit go, let it fly with the birds in the sky, and just be free to be you. Like, you don't necessarily have to put so much pressure on yourself when the world is doing that enough already. So just be happy with what you can control and do your best, and that's all that matters. Going in with the True Match, I am going to be going ahead and applying my powders and just making sure that I'm defining my contour and bringing back some shape into my face and some pigments back into my face. Now, I don't know what it is about me and Profusion, but we tight like that. And I found this beautiful Profusion contour and highlight palette. And when I tell you, the colors in there are very, very pigmented. Their highlights is a little bit on the softer side, which I really like that. Sometimes I like my highlight to really pop, and sometimes I just need a little soft highlight. I'm also going in with my Maybelline Fit Me, and the shades will be in the description box down below. And I'm going to be applying this blush to my cheekbones with my Real Techniques powder brush. Now back to the Profusion palette. Now, baby, that palette is a very nice palette. And not only that palette, but I had some Profusion eyeshadows and different stuff like that. And although their eyeshadows and all of their products are very, very soft, if you want to go with a very neutral, clean girl base makeup, Profusion is very good for that, because their colors is not too harsh and they're easy to work with, especially for beginner friendly makeup artists. Like, I would recommend Profusion in that type of way, because that's what I first used when getting into makeup, was Profusion. Also going in with my NYX Professional, and I forgot the other pencil, that all pink pencil, but I will list it in the description box down below. I have to recheck on it. And I'm just going to be using eyeshadow for my lip liner. Yes, you heard me correctly. Eyeshadow for the lip liner. If you have not got on it yet, I'm going to put you on it, because clearly you're missing out. The eyeshadow lasts way, way longer than the pencil. And you might be saying, how is that possible? The pencil is the pencil. Baby, it's magic. Honestly, it's magic. It just is. And it just gives every time. And you can add more to it, and you can work with it, and you can blend it out. And when you add your lip glosses or anything like that, your lipsticks or your lip glosses on top, it just blends so perfectly. Now going in with the Rocket shade, that's what I'm using to outline my lips, just because it's a little bit darker. I am going to be using that. Now I am going to dim down the pink, because this was very, very harsh, and I don't really like a very harsh lip, especially when I already have a very pigmented eyeshadow base. So this is the before look, and I'm going to go in and fix that. The second palette I got, this is my Safari palette, and I'm going to be using that darkest brown shade in that palette, and I'm going to be applying that to my lips to give myself a deeper lip liner. Also went in with my Born This Way translucent powder, and I did apply that to the sides of my nose, and I did just to define my nose, and then I am going in with that same translucent powder and defining my contour on the hollow parts of my cheek. And then the rest of the product just blended into the areas, just bringing some brightness back into my face. Now I am going to go in with my Revlon blurring powder. Y'all already know how I feel about this powder. I absolutely use this powder with every freaking application because I just really love the powder. It's a really good powder. It's a really fucking good powder. Hey. And no, I ain't talking about that kind, but the way I use this powder, you would think I was addicted. Bars. Now, this video is coming to a close. So, thank you for being here with me today. I will be posting more content a little bit more frequently. Life right now is really balancing itself out with me. So, I will be making more content in the near future, so be looking out for that as I blend out the rest of this powder, baby. And then comment down some unicorns in the comments down below. Put some unicorns down in the comments down below. Also, I am going in with my Malani Make It Last, and then going in with my Wet n Wild highlight and applying that to the inner corners of my eye, and then setting in the rest of my face. And this is the final look. You know, she gonna come through with the close-up. You know, you gotta see it. You gotta see them details, because the details is what matter with me. Okay, you see it, you love it, you get it, good. Now, see you next time. Go ahead, if you haven't already, again, like, comment, and subscribe down below, and tune in next time, Zhebeauties, and bye.
Got a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours.